Players at the ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? On my release.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! Yeah! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine?
All right, hello and good evening, and welcome to a nice little production here from American Air Hockey League. Tonight, we have a double feature. Our first match on our left is Peter Cai, otherwise known as Spek. He is currently number 3 in Idaho, and his challenger is Zachary Folden, who goes by Omoog, which we'll get more clarification on that nickname later. He is currently ranked 6th, and looks like these gentlemen are about to face off. This is a best of 3 sets, and I believe the challenge match is on. Here it goes. Spek won the face-off. Tonight I'm joined by Vince Lacetta, currently number 2 in the world.
Hello. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, he is joining us, and he is probably on here because I guess their shot of the week is a left all over, and he knows all about left all over. In fact, he knows all about left, period. He's one of those oddballs in our sport that plays as a lefty. Very unorthodox, and I'm completely anti-lefty and against them 1,000%, only because they kill me whenever I play. But, very pleased and happy to be joined by Vince. Vince, how you doing tonight, sir?
I'm great. It's all my pleasure, and yes, I am a lefty. I know it's used to be frowned upon in society, but it's now more widely accepted.
Yeah, and, we're doing our best to be more accepting to that kind of unnatural being.
Mm-hmm. But I do appreciate it. I don't know if you're paying attention here. Have you been watching here? There looks like to be a little bit of nerves here. I'm noticing both players lost possession pretty easily early on there, just losing puck control.
Yeah.
Which is pretty normal for the start of a match. You know, players have to get used to the adrenaline and the dopamine rush that's flowing.
Absolutely, yeah. The adrenaline just makes you shaky and nervous, and you make it some unforced errors, give up possessions. You don't quite have the same finesse. You overhit shots, so you end up knocking them off the table. But so far it's 2-1 Zach, and Pete just interfered with that.
Yeah, that was huge. Huge defensive possession there by Spek, getting that just that minor interference, changed trajectory of the puck, and it caught Zachary off guard there.
2-2. I believe Zachary's still, relatively new to the sport. Really, both these gentlemen are, but
well, he's hit 2 right wall overs back to back there. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And Spek responds with the left wall over of his own. Man after my own heart, hitting a left wall over already.
Oh, a little kind of transition cross straight that he got there on Spek.
Yeah, that was almost like a Wiseman setup. It was off the off goal. It's a real fast off goal into a cross.
And when you say Wiseman, there's about 50 of them, so you have to.
Yeah, that's true. Jacob Wiseman. Jacob Wiseman. Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob Wiseman. Absolutely. Jacob Wiseman is a former number 1 in the world, and to take after his father, who is a 10-time world champion. So far, they are the only father-son combination that the sport has ever seen to both win a world championship.
Wow, yeah, that's impressive.
Extremely.
Air hockey in the blood.
Mm-hmm.
I like
So
how
you-
both players here are they're both setting up their shots. They're not really rushing a whole lot. They're taking their time. It's really the smart way to do it.
Oh, absolutely, yes. They you know, we kind of pounded that in both for really the entire Idaho community about, you know, not rushing their shots, setting it up, having that discipline on defense. I mean, they're still very green. They're still learning, you know, but hey, 6-6 right here. Great game for game one.
Yeah, it's a great game. I lost possession there. Tried a forehand. Hasn't tried one the whole game. And
And that
Spek,
got away from Spek.
yeah, returns the favor. Oh, with the
Oh my
cross.
goodness. 7-6.
It's a great game.
Oh.
Excellent game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Omoog coming out strong, starting strong. Getting that first win is always important. It gets the nerves a little bit, you know, a little bit down. You can relax a little bit, take a breather.
And as you say that, you can see him over there taking a deep breath, which is kind of on cue.
Right.
Pretty
Yeah.
funny. You know, but two really huge shots off a transition that were both cross straights. You know, one error I'm seeing right away from Spek is, you know, a lot of charging. I know he kind of benefited from some of that early. You know, but there's a proper way to charge and there's an incorrect way to charge. Number one, it can't be like a U charge. It has to literally be in a straight line with the puck. If you actually shift your body one direction versus another, you're doing the offensive favors. You're giving them that straight path to the goal.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of charging, but certainly have used it in my time, seldomly, but strategically. You know, when they least expect it, or at least I try to do it when they least expect it. But I've been burned probably more times than I've been successful. You know, and I think most people have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a high risk, high reward kind of situation.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's an emotional play. I think it's you feel it in your chest, and I just want to charge, and just with aggression and testosterone, and just drive that puck back right at him. I think a lot of that has to do with an emotional charge of just internal, that you just want to rush everything. You need to slow it down and take your time and stop them, because you know, if you can stop them, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to play defense, you know.
Absolutely.
Play defense.
Yeah. I mean, stop. And I think what you're saying, just to kind of expand on that a little bit, is, you know, charging isn't necessarily the answer on actually getting that possession back. It's the proper playing defense properly with a proper foundation of having that discipline, guarding against the lanes that the whole purpose of a drift is trying to open up, you know, and avoiding overcompensating from one side to another to, you know, like say for example, cross straight or not moving enough for the cut straight. All those things have an effect. Defense.
Right. All right. Game 2 underway, about to start here. I think
Game
the puck is
2,
to the left, or they face off every game. Okay.
Face off every game, just like
Awesome.
our friends in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's good.
Speaking of North Carolina, are you going to be going to the state tournament in June to defend your title?
I am still undecided. It's maybe 60% yes. I'll say 60% yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
leaning yes.
I hope you're able to make it.
Yeah.
I know
Are
that
you
they-
are you are you going? Are you going to show up? Well,
Very
yeah.
doubtful. If I go, it would just be to talk, and you know,
Right.
that's about it. And people, I guess, are getting tired of me talking as it is. I don't want to overstay my welcome.
Right.
So again, Zach is up pretty quick, 2-0, or is it? Oh, it's 1-0. Okay.
It's 1-0. Yeah, there was something on the first face-off that didn't.
Yeah, looked like he scored on the face-off.
He scored on both face-offs. Yeah,
There you go.
they did 2 of them back to back. I don't know, Spek with an unforced error there. Yeah, you don't like seeing those.
No, that's a nice shot by Spek there.
Beautiful cut. Yeah.
And Spek's got to really kind of get control of this match and focus on, hitting more straights, taking his time, hitting good shots, and not overreacting defensively.
Right. Yeah. And hopefully he doesn't charge a whole lot this game. Oh, it's a cross. That was close.
Yeah. So, and if you look at how Spek's playing defense there, and if you watch that replay, he's turtling back just a bit, overcompensated to the right, open up that cross straight, something awful in doing that. And just now, it seems like his answer is to charge to take away that cross.
Well, it was successful there, but then an unforced error.
It's just not a great measure for sustained success.
Right. Yeah, I agree completely.
All right.
Oh, Zachary likes to sit out there on defense. He's out there in the Colin land.
Yeah.
On defense.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yep, he's way out there.
He sure is. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the problem with what he's doing. He is pulling straight back to the middle of the goal.
Yeah, opening up those straights.
Yep.
And Spek's got that killer cut. See if he can keep hitting it consistently. Those are two great cuts.
Yep. Yeah, there's no sense in being out there if you're just going to go straight back every time like we just did.
Right.
The defeats no purpose. It's just an illusion. And once an offense realizes that, then it's just really very simple to score over and over and over.
Right.
You want to make it difficult. There's a nice cross. You want to make it difficult on your opponent to score and not help them out.
It's a beautiful cross. Yeah, I like Zach's cross. Oh, that cut too. Peter's cut and Zach's cross.
Yep.
These guys are coming with some straights, deadly straights.
So definitely like how Zach is, holding that release a little bit, not hitting it right away, taking that time. I would suggest that he kind of learns to play with a little bit more movement on his drift and stays behind that puck a little longer throughout the movement, throughout the drift, to give you more options.
Right. Yeah, he's allowing that separation between the puck and the mallet.
Yeah.
Which is a tactic, but yeah, he's got to change that up too. He can't just keep releasing shots like that.
Yeah. Little forehand left wall from Spek, go up 6-5.
Yeah, it's a big possession for both players. Tied at 6-6.
I don't recall Spek charging to this degree in his previous matches.
Tried for that forehand again. Twice.
Yeah, so again, hitting that from the middle of the table, that last cut. There it is again from the middle of the table. And that's one thing I've tried to stress with him in the past. There it is. So left of center.
From left of center, yeah.
It works. If he's in the middle, it doesn't.
Right.
And his success rate is huge compared to from the middle.
Right.
And it's hard to, it's easy for me to say that and to point that out, but it's hard to implement it, in the heat of the moment.
Right. Yeah. It's easy for us to see it. Yeah. And for him, he probably feels like he is at the left of center. He just doesn't realize that he's releasing it from center. Yeah, well, two 7-6 games. You can't ask for better air hockey than that. This is great. This is good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So now it's one game apiece. Spek did exactly what he needed to do, kind of right the ship a little bit. I still think he needs to develop a little more consistent attack. To stay on top of Omoog's deficiencies on defense. As for Omoog or Zach, for him, I think he needs to take advantage of Spek having that disease charge, that charging disease.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
He's got to take care of those possessions and good shots, and take his time and hit those banks. Let him come out and charge all he wants and bank around him.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I think so. Definitely, both players definitely need to limit their unforced errors. They are making not a lot, but it's more than they should. Well, not they should be, but more than they're maybe 3 or 4 per game, and that they add up. They add up.
Yeah,
they add up really quick. Yeah.
And both these guys, they're still relatively new. So I mean, and those are going to go down to some degree. But what I'm more concerned about with both gentlemen is creating bad habits. And when I say those creating bad habits, like if you look, Spek has a bad habit of hitting the majority of his shots from the middle of the table versus a little left of center and setting up from there. And I think as higher pressure moments occur, so that 6-6, he's more prone to hit from the middle versus left of center, where you're actually putting the pressure on the defense to do something.
Well, do you think that because he's still relatively new, that he should not develop a center attack? He should focus on that left of center?
No, it's not that. I think he should focus on left of center, because I think it helps teach him about how to set how to manipulate the defense.
All right.
So I think if you're actually attacking from the center of the table, I think that's a lot more involved. I think that's a higher level offense.
Okay, but at some point he should expand out from left of center.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know me. I'm no place is safe on the table, right? When you want to play offense, you want to be able to hit it from literally anywhere on the table.
Right.
And that's any shot from anywhere on the table. And all that being said, to develop a system and to just understand how to manipulate the defense, you can't make it much easier than just going right to center, left of center,
to the sweet spot. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, and understanding that. All right, let's see here. Boy, changes here, but no scores, so nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, still 0-0. A little back and forth here. Both players getting multiple possessions.
On the And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. Like the last shot he just hit, and he followed it with another cross. But the other time he looked like he tried a cross, went right in the Spek's mallet. It was probably a little left of where he was trying to hit it, but it came right back to him because he hit it with enough velocity. Where Spek wasn't able to catch it, especially with that kind of hard mallet that he's been using. He gets a lot of power, as you just saw right there.
Right. Yeah. It looks like a mallet he borrowed from Phil Arnold.
Yes. But again, that being said, the negative on using him out like that is when you have to block those straight shots and they just come right to your go right back to your opponent.
Right. Yeah. That high reflective material or whatever just bounces back. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Less recovery time. All right. What are we at? 2-2 now.
2-2.
Yeah, I think that's 2 cross. Was it 2 crosses from Zachary?
I think
He's
so.
Got a deadly cross. Yeah. It's definitely a
cut.
Yeah, that was a cut. Yeah, it's Spek's cut versus Omoog's cross here. That's going to be the tail of the tape here. Which straight prevails? We're going to find out.
You're showing your age when you say tape, by the way. I know what you mean. But tape is that's like something you use on some paper to or to resins, to wrap resins.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not hip with the times anymore, man.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So Spek's now up 4-3.
Yeah,
So
it's
one
like-
thing that you know, we do here with the Idaho production is, you know, the guys come here between each set, and we both can offer advice, or one of us can offer advice, however we want to do it basically. And either both of them or one of them listens. They want, and kind of an interesting you know, little approach. It's obviously it's meant to help both players evolve and get better.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so it's been kind of a cool little thing. Kind of have a little like coach session. That was like a cross there.
It was. Yeah. That's 2 in a row. He scored 2 points just like that.
Center.
He's fast. There's no denying that. He's young and fast.
Means the world. Yes, so the weight. Okay,
6 months.
pretty
Okay.
good. To me, he kind of reminds me of a Barry, which I think might predate your time, Vince. Mike Barry is one of the tallest players that I think we've ever.
Yeah. I remember Mike Berry. Yeah.
And really ridiculous long arms, just wind up, and just the amount of speed and power he would just generate from these big old noodle arms, we call them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it would just, man, to pop off that mallet, the puck would just fly. I remember that. All right, let's see. For him.
Yeah. He just scored on one, so he's trying to see if he can go back to it.
And I like variation. Go ended up being a cross straight.
Yeah.
Wasn't necessarily
the-
perfectly hit.
Yeah, that was a swing. It was a swinging motion, so it was deceptive because I thought it was going to be a cut, and it ended up coming out as a cross.
I
So
call
maybe
that a cut cross. It's the cut
Yeah.
release, but it goes cross straight.
Yeah. I don't know if he meant to do it or not. Sometimes those are intentional. Sometimes they're not.
Right.
Well, we'll see if he does it again. He tends to when something works, he tends to try it again almost immediately after. So he may give it another go here.
So one thing I think, you know, Zach can work on a little bit too is, again, like really being a little more, I guess, drift oriented, where he's going to drift it to where he wants to make the shot. And there just wins that game now 7-5. First
With a-
non-7-6 game.
Right, there's a left wall over too.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
well hit, the right speed. So
Uh-huh.
gave Zach enough time to actually move out of the way for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but for Zach, like I said, you know, to have a predetermined type drift where he's going to put the puck in a position consistently on a specific spot of the table to make his attack, versus kind of bounced. You know, he played defense, he got the puck back, and he kind of let it go, basically where it decided to go on the table, and then he's making his offense from that. I think, again, set it up, take your time, then make a deliberate drift
Right.
where you want to hit it.
Yes, absolutely. That is the way I view it is like a pitcher in baseball. Like you want to get the ball in your hand, which is the puck, and you want to sit there, you know, shake out the arm for a second, read the defense, and then agree with yourself. Yeah, I'm going to shoot this or that. I'm going to do this setup, and then do your wind up, nice and slow. Take your time, and then execute a quality shot that you're happy with. And
Yes.
you know, yeah, doing that every single time is really. I mean, I live and die by that method of an approach, and it has done me well. You know, you just take your time and set it up. You know, you're trying to set up a little t-ball pitch for yourself, and you just knock it out of the park. Yeah.
And that's spot on. And I love the analogy. I've actually used that several times. You know, pitcher to a batter relationship. So when you're on offense, you know, you're the pitcher. So
Right.
you're going up, and is it going to be a fastball? Is it going to be a curve? Is it going to be a changeup, splitter, cutter? Right. So you have all these different kinds of pitches. And the
Right.
key and the best pitchers, and I love the graphics they do these days for the Major League Baseball. They show where these balls are actually traveling in 3 dimensions. And it's almost like halfway down the 60 feet. That's when they break and do something different, you know, which
Yeah.
makes it just unreal to try to react to actually, make contact, So
Right.
I love that. And it's similar, in baseball. It's not to that degree because, again, we're working with 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions.
Right.
But it is a lot less reaction time. Not that we're hitting the puck at 100+ miles an hour, but it only has to travel about 4 feet. It's an 8-foot table, and most of these shots are hit, within 4 feet. So
Yeah.
from contact to contact, it may be 3 feet. So because you're out playing defense, you're not up against the goal.
Right.
You're trying to react to that puck shot, and you have about 3 feet to do it. And they're hitting it about 45 miles per hour. Man, that you do the math. That's a fraction of the time that a baseball player actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true. It is definitely a high speed sport.
yes,
A lot of reflexes and reaction, twitch muscles, and all that stuff. It's wonderful.
and for me, that's why the offbeats were always so key. It almost resets the defense. You hit an off speed on somebody, and they're like, okay, that shouldn't have gone in. I need to rethink this. Because it shouldn't, but it freezes the defense. No difference than when a batter's sitting there going up against 100 mile per hour ball.
Right, and then gets hit with a gets hit with a changeup.
Yeah, exactly. And they throw the change up, and it's just like, really?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No problem. Little stoppage in the action really quick here. They have a little bit of distraction there at the house.
Sounds like Amazon dropping off a late delivery there.
Probably delivering another air hockey table, knowing Nathan,
Yeah. Just throw it in the garage, guys.
Yeah. He's adding a new level to the house, be the 4th story for air hockey. Continues with Spek being up 1-0.
Yeah, is this a defensive stoppage on both ends, or is this just offense going flat?
Hard to say. I think both guys really struggle a little bit with kind of knowing what to do next after their initial type attack,
Mm-hmm.
But again, it comes with experience. It comes with time. Yeah, Spek has this mallet that, it's made of vibranium practically, where it's super, super hard. And when he really puts anything on it, man, it just flies. So as you just saw there on that cut straight he hit, it was, blink of an eye, it goes in. So, but again, like I was mentioning earlier, that same mallet, yes, it's great offensively, but on defense, it actually can be a detriment. You actually will lose possessions that you get.
Yeah, because that puck, if it makes contact with the puck, it's going to bounce. You're not going to have a high success chance of retaining that puck.
Yep.
Yeah, right there.
And as Vince will probably agree, if he had more possession time than Colin Cummings, he could actually get more possession time than Colin Cummings by catching more pucks and getting more offensive shots. How many? You've been in how many finals against Colin?
3 World Finals for sure.
So let's just say 3. It could be like 4 or 5. It seems.
Yeah, I think it's 5. Yeah, because of I think the ESPN tournament too. We may have been in the finals at that one. Yeah, there've been a few.
It's been a lot, but if you have one of those matches where you actually had more possessions than him, the chances of you winning that would have been completely different.
Right. Yeah.
And it could have been the difference, 1,000%.
Right.
And
Right.
that is one of Colin's greatest strengths. It's to, literally suck up every single puck.
Yeah.
That he can, and takes advantage of any errors that you may make. Any errors
That's
that
true.
he actually makes, you don't even notice.
It's really He's got he strives to play perfect, and it shows. It's really hard to catch him making a mistake.
Yes. 6-4. This is a big point here for Zach. He didn't get it, but there it is.
It's a
That's
cut.
great.
Yeah, Spek
Man.
coming through there. 3-1. Is that that's the set, isn't it?
No, it's a best
Oh,
of
it's a 4 of
7.
7. Okay,
Yeah,
it's a
best
best
of
of
seven.
3
Each set.
though.
Best of 3 sets, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 3-1. Okay.
3-1, and that was such a huge offensive possession that Zach had there, and we hit that bank. It just went to the middle. Didn't go quite to the under or the over like I think he intended.
Yeah.
And obviously worked to Spek's favor. And after that, Spek put it away with that cut.
Yeah,
Really
Spek just seems to be, his errors have come down a little bit. He's taking a little bit more time with the puck, and he's capitalizing on his possessions. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. If you're capitalizing on more of your possessions than your opponent, you're usually in a good position.
Yeah.
And that's where Spek finds himself right now, up 3-1.
And again, it comes down like the player with the more experience here. Zach has a huge upside, I think. But again, just the lack of experience, the lack of really knowing what to do to not just set up initially, but to keep it going and to counter it. So, once that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For 6 months of experience on Zach's part, I mean, I'm impressed. For him
Absolutely.
to only have been playing 6 months, he's doing a really good job putting up a really good fight.
By the way, it's kind of funny. I looked at Sam's
No doubt.
channel, and he has like.
Yeah, and if you guys want to have if y'all have any questions for Vince, I mean, I got the number 2 player in the world currently, right here on this show, and that's Vince Sauceda over out of San Antonio, Texas.
That's right, down here in the good old state of Texas, San Antonio, Texas.
So good.
Yes, sir. And if any of y'all have ever been to San Antonio, y'all know all about the Riverwalk and the good food and margaritas that they got there.
Yeah, good, great sewer water in that river. It's magnificent.
I wasn't going to say anything about the water or the smell, but
It's beautiful.
but we actually, I enjoy it. I love taking my family there whenever I can. But if you guys have questions, like what's he going to do different to Colin this year, or his thoughts on the top level air hockey players, ask away, because he is an open book. I can assure you that.
I am. It's a beautiful forehand from Spek there. Fast. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was fast.
Yeah.
Caught me off guard.
All right, let's see here. So again, he's doing kind of just a drift to the middle, and for Zach, and like I said, he's doing great for the length of time he's been playing. I'm not saying anything different, but
Yeah, definitely.
develop a little bit more to get past Spek, and Spek's kind of taking advantage of that now. His defense is really kind of keyed in on what Zach has been doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, nice cross
That's
straight.
great cross. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he did it with that cut release again as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did.
It did. Sure did.
Just a little swing. Hey, she tried it again there.
if you can master that, that's pretty that's advanced stuff.
It is. Yeah, it's tricky because you can also just cut it, and then you can actually just cross it, and then you can swing it like a cut and release it like a cross.
And that is how you defeat somebody who reads releases and plays defense based on how you release it.
Right.
You hit the exact same. You hit with the exact same release. You hit multiple shots.
Right. That's actually one of my favorite ones to shoot is a cross release cut finish, and it's just, it's slow it down just a hair, give them time to see that cross release, and then it finishes cut side. I learned that from watching I forget who it was. I think his name was Danny Hines or something like that. It's a really interesting cross. I was like, that's a cross. I know a cross when I see one. And then it was nice and slow. That cut finish came nice and slow.
Yep. One of the best things about that shot is it doesn't take a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So I think the older I got, the more I hit it because it helped conserve energy and it was still effective, years and years later.
And it's demoralizing too.
Yeah. Set point now for Spek here. 64. A nice little cut there.
Good answer.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
That cut.
That's the first set. After that first game, Spek settled down a lot defensively, and I think made all the difference in the world.
He released that cut from center there, just a hair left of center, but it was still pretty close to center. No, maybe he's just wasn't in his flow yet. But yeah, Spek's offense is looking good there.
Mm-hmm. No problem. So, we got a new showdown that's happening soon, and I don't know who all's in it just yet, but I do know that we have Ehab Shukri and Will Upchurch, and that's going to be May 4th. What are your thoughts on that, really quick?
My thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, those are two old guys, like my,
Hey,
my era.
More power to these old timers, man. If they want to come out and compete against who knows who Tim's got lined up for these guys, but hopefully, I hope that they can answer the call and they come with it, because I know there's going to be 4 current Titans versus 4 previous Titans.
Something like that. I think that's the goal at least. So who knows?
Yeah, that was the promo video. It was 4 current versus 4 previous. Well, I know that we've got a lot of Titans now, and they're all really hungry. And that hunger, as those former Titans know, it's got to be strong to compete against a strong hunger. And we got some hungry guys. I can tell you that.
Everybody needs to tune in on Centerline. Look for on YouTube Centerline. It's also going to be Captain on May 4th. So everybody needs to tune in.
Just talking. I don't want to
interrupt
him.
All right, guys. You should be able to talk to him right now. So go ahead and see if you can chat with Zach here.
Ready?
Want to jump in, Spek? Jump in.
Currently number 6 in Idaho, Zachary Folden. How you doing, sir?
We're good. This has been definitely a learning experience, I have to say.
Okay. So explain the Omoog real quick. What on earth is Omoog, and where did that come from?
Oh, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's kind of a spin on a nickname my mom used to call me.
Okay.
It's originally it was Moog, which is because my dad used to be obsessed with Final Fantasy, and there's like these little pink critters that are called Moogs, but I just added an O, and now it's my name.
Nice.
Omoog, yeah, that's cool.
So I'm going to let Vince give you some advice here, because I do this stuff a lot, and I want to hear the current number 2 player in the world who, in my opinion, is the greatest left-handed. He's reached the greatest level that a left-handed player has ever played with in our sport. I give him crap because he hasn't won one yet.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have the best career for a lefty. That belongs to Mark Robbins, but Vince is playing at a level that no other lefty's ever achieved. So, and he is currently number 2 in the world. So I'm gonna shut up and listen to him.
Yeah. There's still time. There's still time for me, Danny. Hopefully. Yeah.
Ring.
Okay, Mr. Zachary Omoog, pleasure. I like the energy. You've got a lot of heart and spirit. I can see it, and you're hungry. I can see that. That's great. All great attributes for a growing and aspiring air hockey player. I think you need to take your time on offense. Your defense is good. You're patient, and I like that you stay centered relative to the puck. You are a little bit further out for my comfortable, but if you're comfortable staying that far out, which is fine. But Danny and I were talking about it, and when it's almost like an illusion how far out you stay, because as soon as Spek was shooting, you would immediately turtle and come all the way back to the goal. So you have to find like a sweet spot where you're comfortable still staying out, where you won't pull back, because that's really going to improve your defense, and you're going to get a lot more stops that way. So I would suggest trying to back up a little bit to where you're comfortable not pulling back and still staying out for those straights. And you're fast and you're young, so if you get a piece of one of those pucks, if you stay centered relative to where the puck's being shot and you deflect it with your mallet, your reflexes are going to kick in, and you're just going to... How old are you? 16?
15.
15, yeah. You're going to just go crazy on that puck and just transition the crap out of it just naturally. You don't even have to think about it. So, yeah, try to work on that. I know that's a developing skill. So, I mean, you're not going to be able to just turn that on and off right now. You're going to have to get used to that. That's just with repetition. And then on offense, I like your straights. You have a great cut and a great cross. And I like how you keep that distance between the puck and the mallet before you release the shot. Mix that in with not doing it. Keep your puck and mallet close sometimes, but also do it the way you're doing it. To continue to give your opponent different looks and different attacks. So if you can keep that mallet close to the puck through your drift, and then release your cut or cross, and then also do it the way you're doing it now, where you keep your mallet far away from the puck and then release your shot, this will exponentially expand your arsenal.
Yeah.
Was that too much? Did I just talk for too long?
Oh no, I definitely understand some of the points you're trying to do here. If there's right now, turtling has been a big thing for me, and as you can definitely see my gameplay, it's just natural habit for me to just go back all the way, and I've definitely seen Spek here abuse that. And unless I can change that this round, then honestly, I'm pretty sure things are still going to go the way they're going right now. I mean, I can't really change my defense fundamentally, but as of right now, the only thing I'm concerned about the most with just how I play is my defense. I feel I've somewhat honed my offense to an acceptable level, but as of right now, it's just the bad habit of turtling, as you've clearly seen with a lot of our games, has been my downfall throughout this entire match. And
Right.
I'm not too bummed about it. Like I said when I first came in here, this is definitely a big learning experience for me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. Well, it's going to take a conscious effort on your side to just I do this in practice too. I'll say to myself, come out just a little bit more and really focus on the puck, and don't move unless it's clearly a bank. Like even giving them away in practice, because I know this isn't practice, but it kind of technically is. You're still learning a lot. So for me, I just do not allow straights. You have to stop the straight, because it's the easiest shot to execute in air hockey. And as Danny Hines once said, since this is a G-rated production, he basically said to one of my practice partners, because he was inquiring about how Danny's able to stop so many straights. He said, "Don't be an Easter bunny. Stay out. You have to stay out, and don't be scared, and don't be an Easter bunny. Stay out and stop the straights at all costs, and back up. You don't have to be as far out as you are in this first set. Back up to where you're comfortable. Again, you're young, you're fast, you have really good reflexes, so you can afford to stay out further than most players because of you have that speed and those reflexes. and as you get better at that, then you'll be like, oh, I actually can come out further. Now I can read shots better and anticipate what's going to be shot quicker. But don't be an Easter bunny. Don't be an Easter bunny.
Yeah. Hey, Zach. So look, man, don't overthink it. Just and one advice for just staying out is stop thinking so much. You're thinking like, oh my god, here it comes, and just wait, just sit there, and like exactly what Vince said, you're gonna not move until you know for sure you see that puck go towards a rail. So if the puck goes towards a rail, then it's going to be a bank, either side, right? Otherwise, it's going to go straight, and you just got to trust that you are in the right position. So just stay there, and you'll find yourself all of a sudden able to block some shots that you weren't blocking just, two games ago. Okay?
Considering we've got 50 seconds left, we can definitely talk later, but I would like to give what little time we've got to Spek here.
No, absolutely. Hey, Spek.
What's up? Hey, Vince. Is it your first time seeing me play, or?
No, man. I played against you. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I played when I was up there in Idaho. You came to me and were like, Vince, can you play?
But that was when I was super new. I was 3 months into the game.
yeah. I can see you've learned a lot since then.
Right.
Yeah, you're looking good. I like your offense. I like your mallet. What's with that mallet? Is it super reactive on defense? Does the puck just bounce right off of it?
It's a material called Delrin. It's super crystalline, and it's basically like a semi-crystal, like a plastic. So it's extremely hard, harder than the translucents. And I know George Anderson gave a similarity to Patrice Snail, the mallet she used back in the day. So it was something like that. But yeah, I've been loving the mallet so far. It's basically giving me a big boost in my gameplay.
Okay, yeah, good. If it's working for you, hey, don't change it.
No doubts. Beck, I'll say, to kind of elaborate on what we talked about previously, most of your success is when you're left of center or right of center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so again,
yeah, right.
Early on during that set, you hit a lot from the middle of the table. Then all of a sudden, you started going left of center, started finding it. And
yeah.
did a good job of hitting that cross straight that looks like a cut.
Yeah. Part of that was I was still cold. I needed to warm up. So those few games I was just very cold. And when I get warmed up, my shots get more accurate, and I get back into my flow state.
Yeah, no doubts. But good job. You got to keep it up. You got the momentum. That's for sure. It's a matter of holding on to it. And,
no regard to Omoog. He's a great player. And I mean, I haven't been playing much against him because I don't really go to the weeklies. So my biggest hill to climb is understanding his game, which is I'm still learning.
Yeah, no doubts. I would say early on you had a really bad issue with charging, but it seems like you kind of got rid of it. So you may have took a pill between games that we didn't see, and if you have that pill, there's a lot of players that need that. So do share. All right, guys. Well, good luck. We'll see what happens.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
No problem, Zach. So, Vince, we've got, all the momentum with Spek here. He's won 4 games in a row. And I don't recall there being another 7-6 game, I don't think.
No, there wasn't. Only the first 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it seems like he's kind of in control here, and let's see if that continues. Face off. And won that face off, but almost gave it away there.
Almost, yeah. Scores on himself, yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Again, it's part of the sacrifice when you hit it when you use a mallet. because it gives so much pop off of it. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with it, even on, over.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That was actually an over that went under because Spek was frozen out.
Yeah, I didn't.
Pulling back.
It was a great chase too.
Yeah.
Using that length and that speed.
A little ball under from center.
Mm-hmm.
A good reaction for Spek there to get the puck back.
Oh, man after my own heart there. Giving that pump fake. Yep.
Yeah. I have to say this. You and Dan Meyer, I think, brought the pump fake back into the sport quite a bit because I think it was something that was, missing to some degree a long time. Jesse Gowdy would do it a lot.
Okay, yeah.
When he was playing back in the day.
Well, I didn't do it until I started seeing Dan Meyer do it. So I give credit to Dan Meyer for that pump.
Yeah, Dan Meyer likes to call them his love pumps.
That's right. That's his nickname. It's the love pump.
Yeah. And he does it very well.
He does, yeah.
We'll see if Spek can kind of continue to keep Omoog off balance. Where he's not going to stay out defensively, but hopefully, he just kind of, listens a little bit and almost doesn't really, care. Like you were saying, I mean, just if you have to just give up a few banks just to kind of prove to yourself mentally that, that is the right thing to do is to be out, then so be it.
Yeah. It definitely takes a lot of licks for sure to finally get that aha moment on defense.
No doubt, and it is a drain mentally to a kind of a ooh, wow, it's a left wall over. Very nice.
It was, from the center of the table. Yeah. Kind
of that possible, not quite from the right of center, but it ended up going a little bit left. And there's that speed that mallet Spek has to provide.
Yeah, it looked very Chris Gibson-esque. Well, that's definitely a Chris Gibson kind of setup.
Yep.
Oh, I like it.
Yep.
I like that pump. That looked like Joey Liss kind of faking a shot and then just still sitting on the puck like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that Joey started doing.
He's improved quite a bit over the last several years now.
He has, yeah.
Forward to seeing what he's going to do here in August. Oh, goodness. And that self-score, but 7-3. I think really that it's more experience, but it is. It's a good year's probably worth of experience Spek has over, Zachary here.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of really starting to show its ugly head a little bit here,
Yeah.
The fact that, Spek's just kind of being disciplined. He's taking his time. He's not making any unnecessary, I guess over-exaggerated movements, just doing a very basic kind of attack. A few pump fakes here, cut, cross, an occasional bank.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, just keep it simple, keep it straightforward, and, what's effective is effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes advantage, again, inexperience. Takes advantage of the fundamental problems that Zach has fundamentally in playing defense.
Well, one thing is for certain, Zach, Mr. Omoog here is definitely learning.
Yes, there's no doubt, and obviously this is one day, and the sky's the limit for a young gentleman like that. 15 years of age, that's what he said, right?
15, yeah, 15.
I didn't
Yeah.
start playing until I was like 19. So
I don't know what I don't know what they're feeding them kids out there, but 15 and he's like a weed. He looks like he's 6'5".
Yeah. Goodness. Yeah, he's definitely got some length. He's got potential. Definitely somebody that sticks with it and really studies the game. Look at him right there. I mean, he's thinking about it.
Yeah, I do like that his first question was defensive minded.
I love that.
Yeah. It just goes to show you that he's aware of his flaws and that what he wants to focus on, what he knows is important. And yeah, defense is a very big, defense can tide you over when your offense is slacking.
Absolutely. If you play long enough, I mean, no matter how good you are offensively, over time, that's going to happen. You're going to get shut down or you're going to get stale, whether it's your own doing or whether it's just the superb play of your opponent. It's going to happen.
Right.
So the question is, how are you going to respond? Unforced error there, scored on himself, 2-2. So again, and these little things he'll get better at. His accuracy. I mean, that last shot attempt went right in the middle, so it didn't really push Spek defense one way or the other.
Right.
So Matt Bentley just asked a great question. I'm going to let you answer this. He asked, does someone like Colin get shut down?
How does someone like Colin get shut down?
Or how often does someone like Colin get shut down?
Well, how often does Colin get shut down? Well, not often enough. I can tell you that. But it does happen. It does happen.
Yeah, so Colin Cummings, being the #1 player in the sport, who resides currently out of Hawaii, has, in my opinion, probably the most, well-rounded, vicious offense the sport's ever seen. And he also, I think, has the best defense the sport's ever seen, which I think is extremely underrated. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good his defense actually is.
No, he doesn't.
So one thing about Colin is when somebody is kind of blocking him well or kind of semi-shutting him down, he gets so many possessions because of his ability to suck up those pucks, to grab every loose puck there is, that you don't realize. I mean, he may take 10 shots to score, which if you take anybody else and you take, if they only score 1 out of 10 shots, you're pretty much killing them. Somebody like that, when they take 10 shots in a row and they score 1 and you get 1 shot, he blocks it. And even if you're shutting him down for another 9-10 shots, he still scores. It's 2-0. You don't have the same perception that, that was a forehand left wall dink.
Yeah, after a cut too.
Yeah.
So a forehand cut. Yeah, Spek's offense is Spek's offense is clicking right now.
Yeah, so you don't have the same perception that he was shut down at all concerning Colin, and I think that's a big part of it. Would you agree with that, Vince? Or
Yes, yeah, I do agree with that. I think a big part of why it seems like Colin never gets shut down is because he has his. I like to break up the defense into 2 different categories. He has, the puck stopping capabilities are second to none, but his ability to trap or chase pucks, which is the secondary option in defense, or just get a deflection and then create chaos if he can't maintain possession. If he has to transition it just to cause chaos, he's really good at that too. And this just gets his adrenaline going, which gets his blood going, synapses in the brain going, and then he just goes right back into that flow state. And he just starts getting creative with his offense, and he just gets into a groove. It's really hard to stop Colin.
So,
I mean, we've got people still trying to figure it out.
So to answer the question to Matt that Matt presented, how often does it, does someone like Colin get shut down? Extremely seldom.
Very rarely, yeah, because he's got the offense and then he's got the two aspects of defense. Like even if he's not stopping shots, if you're not scoring, he's still going to force a turnover because his transition defense is so good. Like if you don't, I've hit off goal cuts, very good off goal cuts, just on purpose, just to give myself some extra possession time, and he'll go out and snag them. And you're not supposed to do that. That's not. Humans aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah. So we are going to test him for robotics or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Something's
All right.
going on there.
Yeah.
He's just too good.
Game 3. Here we go. Spek wins the face-off.
Yeah. So far, this is like we said. Nice transition there. I like
Very
that.
very Colin-esque.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you shut Colin down. He'll do that. And you think you have him shut down, but he's still winning.
Yeah. Like I said, that perception of shutting him down, I don't think it ever really exists. Because you're so worn out just trying to do that, try to keep up with his level. Cross.
Great cut.
Great cut.
Good
Got
swing
it.
cut, and an exaggerated swing there, which caused Zachary to turtle and pull for the under.
So Matt, yes, it is exactly what he wants to believe. And the confidence level is a huge part of that. To believe that you can withstand that onslaught that he's capable of doing, and to keep up with him. Those reactions with the quickness, to be able to do that, it's easier said than done. But he's not unbeatable. No one is.
No, he's not.
I mean, he does have the same size goal as anybody else.
Same size mallet as well. And he's limited by human ability.
Yep. Oh, here we go. 6-3, Zach. Lots
Yep.
of transition here.
Yeah. That's a very big part of the game that a lot of people don't take advantage of, I guess, sometimes, or they don't know how.
Yep.
But when you're young and fast like that, it's kind of a natural instinct to just kind of like a cat chasing a mouse.
Mm.
And
it's
yeah,
contagious.
Zach, that's what makes Colin so dangerous too, is that his transition game is just exceptional. He'll get 2 or 3. I mean, in the last World Finals against Wiseman, he got like 2 or 3 transition points in two or three of the games. There it is,
Yeah.
with a cut. And that was great too, because he got like 3 or 4 possessions there. He took his time and set up the shot. And how about that? Pulls out
Very
the
well
win.
done.
A
Very
convincing win, 7-3.
Yeah. I believe it's 1 game up, or no, 2 games to 1 now.
2 to 1. Yeah.
2 to 1. So we'll see if Zach can if he realizes the difference in that game, was the transition, and maybe just keep speeding it up, and trying to force Spek in a, uncomfortable position of having to defend that transition.
That was a great win. Great win for Zachary. Build him with some confidence, be like, yeah, you know what? I can answer this call, and I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
I'm not gonna wait till next time. I'm gonna show up here tonight.
And that can certainly be the difference in a match on any level. You might be dominating an opponent, but then all of a sudden, you know what? They score, or they came really close to beating you the next game, but they saw something and they started to believe in themselves. And the next thing you know, coming out with confidence, they actually are hitting the puck more accurate. They're actually starting to slow down your offense. And it's all because they're gaining that confidence. They're gaining a little bit of momentum with that. And the next thing you know, it's a match. And anything can happen. So, let's see.
Belief is the strongest human superpower we have.
Yep, that's right. And again, Matt talks about it, right? Through the power of positive thinking. If I can do it, so can you.
That's right. Yep.
That's it.
One possession at a time is how you do it.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, well, to answer your question, in a personal experience, Matt, how often does someone like Colin get shut down? I did shut him down once in one game in Colorado Springs in 2017. Doug Howard was reffing, and Colin came out guns a-blazing, had me down 6-0. He was about to skunk me, and then something happened, and I came back to win that game 7-6.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember the disbelief in Colin's face and Doug's face. I mean, we were all in disbelief. Like, what just happened? I did. That's the set I beat him in Colorado Springs. And then he said, "Okay, buddy, I'll see you in the finals." And he turned me into a chips and queso dip and just double dipped me and sent me on my way.
Yeah, I kind of had a similar, but not quite that dramatic. But I was down 0-3 to him. I can't remember the year, but then I came back and won the set 4-3.
Oh, wow.
I waited for him in the finals, and I'm still waiting to actually play in that finals. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I remember that finals. That was when Pedro Otero and was at the gymnasium. I remember that final.
Yes. So, like I said, I don't know what is happening there, but Colin destroyed me in the finals, and you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
He sped it up, and let's just say I didn't have my glasses yet. I don't think they would have helped. But I probably would have at least seen a few more of the pucks and said, "Oh yeah, so that's how he did it." All right, let's see here. So Spek with an early lead here, 3-1. I think he's ready to answer the call. Hit that one from a little further back, but you know, that's a nice get there by Zachary. I'm not a big, you know, I actually like it when, you know, players will hit from different depths table.
Yeah.
You know, so when you hit from further back, sometimes it opens up that angle like on a straight shot.
Right.
And you may think you're in the right position, but you're not.
Right. From that angle, further back, yeah.
Right. So that's a ruthless replay that Nathan is doing in the background there. Ruthless is Ruth. I her last name though, but he is Himitsu.
Himitsu, yeah.
That is Josiah's mother, and she has a real estate company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in Idaho, and she helped Nathan and countless others, you know, get homes in a relatively kind of emergency state. I don't know if you recall the fires, but that's that took place in California.
Yeah.
That's actually what brought Nathan to the community of Idaho.
Yes.
She is the one who stepped up and helped Nathan and his family, you know, get a home. And
that's super awesome.
Yeah, and now she's one of the sponsors here.
Wow.
And you're talking about a super special young man, Josiah. Man, because you know, I remember when Colin was a young kid, and you know, he had these shots, and he was over there hitting it all fast on the table, and you know, I just remember looking at that like saying, "Lord, Almighty, he's going to be amazing one day." Sure enough, he is. But I see some of those things in Josiah just with his natural ability on the table. It just needs to kind of, you know, keep up that momentum and keep pushing himself and be a student of the game and learn as much as he can.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen him play. Yeah, young fella too. How old is he? He's a teenager, gotta be. Yeah.
13.
Wow, 13 years old.
I think he's a lefty as well.
Oh yeah.
That's even more scary.
Oh, good. I'm sure I'll get an opportunity to talk to him at some point.
Yes, you definitely need to talk to him, and You know, he might be the one that takes that mantle of having the highest level of lefty play the sport's ever seen from you.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
I hope to lose. I hope to lose to him one day.
Yes, I'll be jealous. I didn't get to. All right, so and oh, that was a nice little pump fake. Didn't quite execute the shot though, but
Yeah, it was tricky. It's good timing from left of center also.
so one thing that and Vince knows this. One thing I preach to a lot of the top players in the sport, you know, once you get to the top, you know, like for Colin, you know, your job is to push the sport to new levels, you know, to help others get better. It's to make the sport play at a super high level that it's never seen before. Oh man, that was a nice shot there. So it's actually 6-5. So let's finish it. I'll finish that thought here in just a second. Oh, nice block there from a forehand by Spek. Let's see if Zachary can keep up. Oh no!
Oh no!
Self-score.
I hate to see him like that.
Yeah. So now it's 3-1. Spek.
Yeah.
Possible match game right here. So that was a bit of a killer, but you know the job of you know the top players in the sport is to really push the community to new higher levels. I mean, it's great to you know to be the best. It's great to be able to get to that level. But to me, it was always I guess more exciting in a way, kind of a demented way to some degree, but watching others, you know, get to that level and take you out or beat you. And, you know, to me, it's like I did my job, right? Mm-hmm. So, and these guys are all doing their job, and that's just it. And I love that. So, you know, we have a community that you can reach out to any of these top players in the sport, and they will help you wholeheartedly, you know, develop your game and to be the best, you know, that you can possibly be.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I've actually encouraged some of the NC guys. That's I think it's Steve Olson. We talked for a minute, and I said, "Yeah, man, if any of you guys want to chat, man, just send a DM my way, and I'll be more than happy. You know, give my 2 cents."
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important to, you know, do that. Because, I mean, you don't want it to be, you know, where there's just knowledge that just, you know, fades away with time. It's lost, you know, because this particular player doesn't play anymore and he didn't share, you know, what. So the sport takes a step back, you know, from that particular level of play. And it's all because of some knowledge that was lost. I mean, you just don't want that, you know, it doesn't help anybody.
Right. Match.
Yeah. So possible match game here for Spek. Let's see how he handles the face-off, and Zachary won the face-off. Not a bad release there on that bank attempt from Zach. Should have held it just maybe a little bit longer, but the accuracy was lacking there. Nothing to be seen with.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely a good drift and good setup, good puck location.
Yep.
Left of center, his sweet spot. Yeah, he's doing it right. Just has to get that accuracy down. Everything else is looking good.
Yeah.
That just comes with repetitions.
Yeah. It's like Spek followed that with a cross straight. The left wall.
Oh, I like that. Spek just turned his body to try to deceive his opponent.
Yep.
Turned his whole hips and shoulders.
Yes, and it works if, again, when you have players that kind of try to pick up on little tells for certain specific shots that an offensive player will use. So if their body leans one direction, maybe they're going to, you know, get their arm in a better position to hit a left wall bank or something like that.
Right.
And you can do that to throw somebody off, but only but then hit a shot they don't expect. It's clever
Right.
to do that.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But again, it's all about, trying to, see what your opponent is actually paying attention to.
Right. Yeah, and you get that information based on how they're reacting to your shots and your
That's it.
setups, and what are they doing when I shoot this shot? How did they
Yes.
move? Yeah. Yeah. They give you the answers. You just have to take. You just have to take the shot they're giving you.
Right under by Spek, goes up 3-2.
That was fast.
Match game.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, they called it over.
Yeah.
Loses possession. Yeah, it's a huge one. Off goal game there from Spek.
Yeah.
Lost possession though. Whoa.
Yeah. Of course, there.
Got a good cross. It was there. He just barely missed it.
Yeah. Again, just give it time. That's what we'll, both these players will get better with time, with more repetition, build up that muscle memory. Oh, nice shot. Left wall over.
That Chris Gibson left wall over from the center of the table.
Yeah.
Spek said, I'm gonna try it.
A forehand all over attempt there. And a double tank.
Yeah, they both players definitely show a shot selection repertoire here. They're not shooting the same thing over and over again, and that's good. That's good for two young players to be continuing to change their shots. Yeah, it's not just a cut and cut and cut.
Variety is the spice of life.
That's right.
Little cut.
Good cut. Yeah, it's 4-4. Zachary's got some fight in him. Oh, that was good. That was the first time he didn't flinch back and pull back to the goal. See if he can do it again. It hurts the heart. I know it. Your soul just wants to pull back.
Yeah. Like I said, it's easier said than done. I know it. Nice little forehand under.
Yeah. Oh, that was fast.
5 for Spek.
Come on, let's get some more games here.
Here we go. Good release there. Just.
Oh, Spek's getting chargy. Oh, he went for the over. I think that was a wise choice.
He did, and as time will go, one thing you probably notice is like all of a sudden that puck started drifting to the right before he made the shot, and that actually decided what he was going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a not. Oh, that's it. Match. Left wall over by Spek to take the match. 2-0. So Spek, Peter Cai has reached his number 3 ranking. What a pretty dominant performance. Both sets 4-1. Probably expected. Again, just given the experience of both these players. So Vince, what are your thoughts?
I think that was great air hockey. I think both players learned a lot, and it was just great air hockey all the way around. This young fella, Zachary, I really like. I like his. You can tell he's got the heart and the passion and the desire to improve. And I foresee the name Zachary Folden, Omoog, will be in the air hockey scene for quite a while, as well as Spek. I mean, both of these guys. It was
That
fantastic.
was a very hard game.
No doubt. Yeah, I certainly hope so. Guys, congrats on a good match. Spek, great job. 4-1 both sets. I think Zach put up a good fight.
Yeah.
What
This headband doesn't come on. This headband doesn't come on for no reason, And he definitely put me in a pool of sweat.
Yeah, well, good, man. Like I said, I think a lot to take away. Towards the end there, Zach, we noticed you actually didn't pull back from one of those straights, and we were both excited. Because it's such a mental thing to actually do it. I mean, I can't stress that enough. It's not easy. It's very, very difficult. So it's like this mental block. Once you get past, you'll see the difference almost immediately. How you play defense and just your overall game. But nothing to hang your head about. You fought. I think you pushed Spek pretty well. Definitely hit some good shots. You gave Spek things he can work on, which I know he likes that because it's always about getting better and all of us to improve, right? So, Spek, what are your thoughts on the match there? What did you do different? Mainly after there was 2 games that you lost. What? Tell us about it.
I think I tried to make it too interesting for the stream, but the boring way is to build pressure. That's kind of my main game. I build pressure against the opponent so they freeze, and sometimes the move goes, and sometimes he like pulled back, and that's kind of my game. All that pressure building really gets to the opponent's head, as you saw.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's very helpful to learn the pressure game and learn how to delay shots even longer than you're supposed to. You have 7 seconds. You can pull it up to the line in about 2 seconds, and you have like five more seconds to hit that shot, and that's a lot of time for that opponent to be waiting on. And so they'll just freeze up and relax too much.
Yep, it can seem like an eternity.
That is funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, because that. Tim and Jacob Wiseman have said that about my game. They're like, when you do that slow setup and you don't release it, they're just like, come on, man, hurry up and shoot it. Like that's, it makes your opponent impatient, and you're right. It adds a certain variable to the game that a lot of players just want to play fast. So if you slow it down a little bit and you play at your pace. It really they're like, oh, you're playing Spek. Oh, he plays slow and he does like this stupid time thing where you think he's gonna shoot and then he won't shoot it, and it's just something else for them to think about. And timing is key in air hockey, I believe. And not very many people utilize it. They just want to play fast and do their normal cadence, their bop 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 and shoot, kind of thing. Yeah. But changing up that cadence is important because it's really difficult for players who read cadence and adjust to that on defense. If they're trying to read your cadence and you keep changing it, they're not going to get far.
Yeah, just think back to the early times in air hockey where there was no shot clock or they had 10 seconds. There were some players that actually were grandfathered because at 10 seconds versus 7 seconds. So they actually had different rules than the rest of the players because they just wouldn't play if they had to be forced to hit it within 7 seconds. So you can just imagine having to defend somebody that's just going to sit there and hold that release for so long. It really puts you to the test. There's no question about it. But anyways, look, great job. I love the fact that you're experimenting with that, Spek. I think you need to continue to do that. It's important. Zachary, look, keep it up, man. Don't, this is a good opportunity for you to kind of just, kind of go back, watch the tape, kind of listen to a few things. Vince and I were kind of you. And we don't want to throw too much at you because, sometimes information overkill just makes you not know what to do first, right? But if I can tell you anything, it's like take little things from not just from what we say, but from players around you, players that you've seen play. Watch Vince, watch Jacob Weissman play. You've got so many different ones. Jacob Munoz. Actually, Vince was mentioning Chris Gibson, because you actually have kind of a left wall bank similar to what he does. Obviously, I would be crazy not to mention our greatest player we have right now, Colin Cummings. Watch those videos, emulate what they do to some degree, but make it yours.
Yeah.
And just kind of keep it simple. That's probably the best advice I can give you, is keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate the game. If you simplify the game and play at a high level, then you're going to be doing amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting way to look at. Yeah, definitely after the first set, I was trying out some major things. I definitely was trying not to turtle. I was basically trying to do an entirely new defense. If you saw, I was almost centralized with my mallet.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, it's just I haven't quite got the muscle memory to block left walls and banks yet. So, although there was some times I was able to do it, I still just end up turtling because I'm not used to the muscle memory of going to the right spot to block them. And I feel like my straights for the second set were definitely very good. I could definitely see almost, unless I'm wrong, he was just chilled the entire game. I could almost see Spek getting frustrated after a lot of his straights, which were the shots that dominated me in the first set, almost fail. And there were some times where they managed to slip through, but a lot of the times I was able to block almost a bit more than I was able to fall to straights. And I'm just gonna keep working on defense. As soon as I get like a defense style that truly works for me without any of the obvious weaknesses that I've had throughout this entire game, then I definitely want to retry getting my head back into the top 3. I mean, it's just so much I need to learn, and although I am just completely fried right now, I was definitely fueled by a lot of fury and almost anger in that second set, but hopefully I didn't get to my head too much on the stream. But yeah, it's just learning experience, just like I predicted it would be, and although I'm bummed out, I can't help myself.
Yeah. Listen, we know about losing. I can guarantee you that. I played a match when I first was coming up. Well, shoot, actually about 2 years after I started playing, maybe a year and a half, I don't know. But I lost 16-0 to Jessie Dowdy in a challenge. She destroyed me, annihilated me. It was so, I was so frustrated, and I was so mad that I played 4 challenge matches that same day right afterwards, where I 16-0'd 4 guys in a row out of frustration. And that's probably why I can't play anymore, because I would play crazy like that and my arm is just gone. But so I understand about playing with being upset and whatnot, but the answer isn't to kind of get upset and kind of just take it out on the table. The answer is actually kind of to take a step back and look at what you did on the table. Don't overreact about what you did at the moment, but think about how you want to improve and the fundamental steps, just small little things to improve on at a time. Don't try to, you're not going to go and just play like Colin Cummings on your next game. No one can do that, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't play like Colin Cummings. Slowly improving little things at a time until you get to that point and beyond. Next thing you know, you're beating Colin Cummings. So you have to just work your way up, and it's stepping stone. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be upset about. Don't get too down on yourself. All right. But yeah, absolutely. Just take your time. Go back, watch this video, understand. Yes, I turtled, but why did I turtle? What did he do that made me do that?
And
did he move his elbow a certain way, and all of a sudden I panicked? So maybe I need to ignore what he's doing and just focus on the puck.
Well, to answer your inquiry there, Zachary, no, we could not tell. I couldn't tell that you were having an emotional moment at all. I mean, you seemed very stoic, like you were in the moment and you were trying to focus on the task at hand the whole time. It didn't look like at all like you were having an emotional episode of any kind whatsoever, which is very mature, especially at 15 years old. Controlling those emotions is a big part of growing in this sport, and you're going to learn that. This sport is going to teach you about controlling those emotions.
If there's, I'm sorry. Just one more thing before I go. I would just like to also just state that if there's one thing that I definitely struggle with, it's not defense or offense, but any physical part of the game, really. It has to be mind games. By far, the hardest thing about the sport, or just air hockey in general, has been keeping calm and a cool head and keeping very open to ideas and changes, because I like to change just a bit the way I play with every single player that I play against. I mean, and it's just, I like to focus on the mind aspect a lot more, because that is definitely something that I not necessarily have a weakness in, but something that I struggle with. Now, anyway, up next should be Anthony versus Jessika.
Yeah.
Haven't updated that yet, but it should be a very interesting game to watch.
Zach, one question for you to kind of elaborate on. Do you play any other sports?
Well, not anything nearly as professional as this, but I like to play chess for fun, and sometimes I love to play pool, and I am definitely very addicted to playing video games, yeah.
Okay. So, when I was your age, I was playing football. And, I think, man, the first time I was introduced to varsity level football in Texas, it was like chaos. I mean, it was just like people trying to kill you. It was like, you're on this field, right? And you got 11 guys on one side, you got the other 11 guys, and you're one of those 11 guys on the side. And there's all these moving parts, and everybody's running at full speed and just literally trying to knock the crap out of each other. So, it can be a little overwhelming, like the first time that you experience that. And, so what I had to learn was, you have to kind of reach that level of intensity. That's the first thing you learn, but then you evolve where you have that intensity, but it's a controlled intensity. Because, the position I played linebacker. And are you familiar with football? You watch football, or you understand the game, or
Not
really? Okay. So linebacker is one of the defensive, players.
Well, linebacker's like a knight in chess.
There you go. So you have to kind of evaluate what the offense is doing, and you have to kind of, really go after, the running back or know what the quarterback's doing, or basically you got to go to the ball, right? And you can't be tricked by different plays and everything else. But, like I said, it's a controlled aggression. So don't necessarily lose the intensity. You want to play with intensity, but it's controlled. You have to do it intelligently, right?
Think of like a tightrope walker walking on a tightrope in the circus. You know how they're up there walking, and on one side you have calm, tranquility, and then on the other side you have chaos and madness, and you've got to walk that line. That's what air hockey is. That's what life is.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure Anthony's gonna kill me if I keep talking to you guys for longer.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to
awesome.
rewatch this stream. Thank you so much for commentating on this game. I can assure you that when I watch it back, all the feedback you guys have in the moment will be very helpful. And anyway, just prepare yourselves. It should be an interesting match. And in my opinion, I think this should be a very, very close match for the two of these players.
Excellent.
But anyway, thank you guys so much, and have an amazing day.
All right, take care, Anthony. Take care, Zach. All right.
It's a fine young man, very respectful. I like him. Can't wait to see him play in person.
Yeah, most definitely. Hopefully he can make it down.
I can't wait to lose to him.
There you go. There you go. Spoken like a true champ.
Yeah.
So speaking of champs, I mean, you won Idaho State, you won the North Carolina State, you won the Texas State,
Yep, twice
and
I
the
think.
Houston
Yeah.
City,
Yeah.
all within the last year and a half, right? Or
That's
2
right. Yeah, yeah, and they all have one thing in common.
Colin wasn't there.
That is correct. The world champ was out in Hawaii.
Yeah, sipping on a martini.
Yeah, said
Pina
Vince,
colada.
you can have the not the mate. You can have the little fish. I'll wait for the big luau, and that'll be mine. Yeah. But
Right.
those tournaments were great. Yeah. I love
Good
playing all
tournament.
those state tournaments.
Good
It's a lot of
tournament.
fun. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, here we go. So we now have Idaho number 12 and Idaho number 20.
Yeah.
Anthony versus Jessika. And Jessika being the wife of Nathan.
That's right.
Oh, here we go. Off the face off there. Anthony kind of got that rebound. Scored.
Yeah, I like that. It's fast under there out of Jessika.
So one thing about Jessika, sure I get this, but she's got a nickname.
What's that?
The nickname is the Cannon.
The cannon. Okay. Yeah.
The
Is it
Cannon
because of that? Is it because of that right wall under?
She has a cannon for when that puck flies just like that.
Yeah.
She makes good contact when she swings at that puck.
Yeah, I can
Speaking of good
tell.
Contact. That wasn't a bad little right wall under hit by Anthony.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, he's got some power
Nice
too.
cross
Beautiful
range.
cross. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. Good deflection on defense. Force the turnover. Oh, I like Jessica's setup. It's the same every time and very uniform, very consistent, and that's what air hockey's about. But Anthony keeps responding.
Yep. So yeah, loving the attack there. A little left of center and lined up from Jessika. Ooh, right wall over.
Right wall over, yeah.
Left from some right wall unders followed by a right wall under. Right
Ooh,
wall.
that was fast.
Yep.
That was fast.
Cannon.
Couldn't even see that one.
See, Anthony is playing a low top.
Yes.
Not too many low top players in the sport. There are several, but there have been, let's see here, I believe 3 world champions that have actually come out.
Have there been 3?
Pretty sure. Hold on a second here. Is it 3 or 2?
Davis was a shave down. Wasn't really a low top, but it wasn't really a high top.
Oh no, it was a low top.
Was it a low top? Okay.
Oh yeah, it was a low top. I know Owen Geraldo and Robert Hernandez. So yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Pretty sure Robert had a low top.
Yeah, back when he won. Yeah.
Yeah, you. 64 now. Here.
Back in the 1900s.
Yeah, and so in the 80s, Jesse kind of took a little hiatus from the sport and not walked by Jesse.
Pinched it out.
Oh, goodness, I'm not sure why.
Oh, okay.
Well, if it touched her hand and went up, then that'd still be her buck. Well, if it's blocking it, it went
Oh,
up.
well.
Yeah. Forced error there.
Okay.
Okay. So if she stopped it and it no longer was moving or anything, and to pull it out, somehow pushed it, forced it up to hit her hand.
Right, and that's why she gave the puck over. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I love the fact that she saw that and she gave it up. So that's just pretty noble of her. But Anthony ended up winning that first game, so it's now 1-0 Anthony.
He did, yeah.
So back to Robert Hernandez in the 80s. He's one of these very powerful players, fast, quick, kind of like a Jose Mora type player, and he doesn't get the credit, as he should, I think, like historically. Nice little face-off win there for Jessika. But he had that real quick, like 1-2 punch, his drift, hit a lot of shots from the quadrant, and just a real powerful attack. But a lot of those players, Bob Dubuisson, Mark Robbins, a lot of those guys didn't quite get, as much credit because, again, they were kind of in that era. Dubuisson more so because he did win 4 world championships.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a great kind of raw era of air hockey, and obviously, the sport was very top heavy. You had kind of like the under by Anthony.
Yeah, it was fast under. Released early.
Yeah, the old guard, I guess, came from. And the original old guard was kind of this top 7 or top 10, and they just wouldn't allow anybody in the top 10 to be a master for seemed like 2 decades.
Wow. That's Jessica's puck. She got that defensive stop there.
Yep, very nice stop. Very nice stop.
Yeah. I think Jessica's got the experience over Anthony. I'm not familiar with how long Anthony's been playing, but I think Jessica's got maybe 6 months. Okay, so Jessica's
been playing 1.5 years, and Anthony's been playing about 6 months, so she does have it. She's had a couple unforced errors. Let's see. She needs to maintain her composure a little bit, not get too down. Be frustrating. Her setup. She got to maintain system. Unforced errors get to her.
right. Yeah, yeah. She's got to just continue pushing on. That setup is effective. It's left of center, right to her sweet spot. She's taking her time and then releasing quality. There it is, quality shot.
Beautiful. And she took her time.
She did, yeah. It's a good shot by Anthony. Left wall under early, quick release.
Pulled it out, hit it like right away. Phil. Another unforced error by Jessika.
Yeah, she just has too much power for her own good there, huh? She just whipped that arm around and just puck came flying right back.
I would tell her not to necessarily, worry too much about that and just trust that you're going to get it. Just be ready for it, because you want to have that kind of power.
Right.
Is that point?
And when she scored on herself, that windup was really exaggerated, and she held it. She held it as she kept leaning forward and following the puck. Yeah, that triggers my anxiety. So, defending against that is no fun, especially seeing the power that she's able to get. Like that's got to be nerve-wracking for Anthony.
Well, she's got to live up to that nickname.
The Cannon, yeah, I can. I like it. Yeah, it looks very. Yeah, it looks like something I've done. That's for sure, and she's doing a good job with it. It's really set up with purpose.
You hit the puck hard, do you?
Yeah, sometimes I've been known to smash the puck pretty hard from time to time.
I think the last few times I played Vince, he just tapped it in. He just hit it real slow, and he heard all the bones creaking as I tried to block it, and he just laughed.
Well, I amp up the power when the puck owes me money. Like, I'm gonna get my money from that puck.
There you go. All right. Let's see here if Jessica can turn this around. But Anthony's really just an attack, and so far it's kind of worked in his favor.
Yeah. There's another one, real quick.
Yeah. He's attacking before Jessika is set defensively.
Yeah. There it
That was a
goes.
little bit more from the middle, but I still love the wind up. I love the release.
Yeah, you can almost hear your heartbeat as she's winding up, like tun 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 tun, because you're just waiting for that you're anticipating that shot to be released.
Mhm.
Mm,
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. She takes her time. She has success.
Yep. That is the key for her. Take her time, relax. Good crisp shots, but be ready for it. You know,
Right, yeah.
Get set defensively. Great job. Look at that.
Didn't
That
even
is
flinch. Yeah.
Textbook of how you block a straight shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
She barely even moved.
Yep. Just a hair. Just a little
That's it.
flinch. You saw just a little flinch, but
Just
she's
a little
still.
to the side of where the puck was going. Textbook.
Mhm.
Great job.
Yeah. Takes some guts to stay out like that.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So a little extra on the line in this match. So yes, Anthony is number 12 and Jessica is number 20 in Idaho. But Anthony currently does not have a world rank, from what I understand. So he's actually going after Jessica's number 120 world. So there's a little extra on the line here.
Wow.
He challenged her.
Yeah, we've got some higher stakes. I like some high stakes air hockey. When you got that rank on the line.
Oh no, another unforced. Gotta just calm down. A little
Yeah,
bit here.
she needs to limit those, and I really like her chances.
Yep.
She's helping Anthony out.
Right.
She's
The other-
giving him 3 points, I think, this game alone.
Other thing that she's doing that's helping him out is, you know, after you have an enforced era, the first shot she makes is rushed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or
again,
maybe three in the last 2 games. She's definitely scored on herself maybe 3
Oh, yeah.
times, I think, total. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, she definitely needs to limit those. Yeah, unforced error like that is fine. Just don't let it score on you. Oh,
Staying out.
left wrist is there.
Yeah, it is. But again, good job of just staying out. I'd rather, you know, somebody make an error like that and staying out versus completely selling out, you know, and
Right.
turtling and doing
Right.
so. Yeah, I'll take that, especially somebody that's developing, you know, their defense. That is quick.
Quick, yeah. Anthony's got really fast straights from the center are what are doing him favors right now.
So far 6-2 here, Anthony. Oh.
7-2, yeah, he won it, yeah.
7-2. We missed the last shot there, but all right. Well, you know what? So, yeah, possible set game here. Anthony up 3-0 on Jessika. Sometimes this could be the best thing, you know, and you know, you're down 0-3. You got nothing to lose, really, you know, so you can just kind of relax and the nerves can kind of calm down.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, turn it around. And this could be exactly what Jessika needs.
Some of the best players in air hockey are when they're down 3-0. You've got like Jacob Munoz, Jacob Wiseman. I mean, these guys, yeah, when you're up 3-0 on them, that's when they are the most dangerous.
Crazy how that works.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
They could just bottle that up and do that at 0-0.
Right, yeah. Oh, that's fast. You can hear it. You can hear how fast she hits that under.
Yeah.
Some quick shot from Anthony. All right, going for the charges.
Yeah.
Be careful with that.
Where Jessica's not as effective is, you know, again, not when she's not setting it up very well. She's not really taking her time with the setup, and in the drifts, getting away from her, and it actually dictate what shot.
Right. Yeah, she's definitely rushing her possessions now.
Yeah, and there's no reason for her to rush. I mean, when she takes her time, the setup is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But again, good example right there. It's just drifting. Stop the puck. Drift it to make the shot. Don't just let it go to where it's going to go and make a shot off of that. That is called letting the drift of the puck dictate your shot.
Yeah.
Because you're limited to what shots you're going to hit based on where that's at, versus you put it in a place where you're comfortable making every shot. Beautiful
Right.
shot there. Cross
Yeah.
straight.
It's a good cross. Yeah, you're right. It's almost like just a crapshoot. You're just shooting random drift off a random puck that's just drifting on your side of the table.
Another nice cut straight. Again, when she's setting it up, but Anthony has just been attack, and it is working in his favor right now. He's up 5-3.
He's got a vicious right wall under. Oh, there
Yeah.
he goes for it again. Yeah, it's fast with that low top. This is a huge possession here for Jessika.
Oh, unfortunate error by Anthony.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anthony returns a favor.
See if she can stop. Oh, good block there. Little piece of it. There you
Good.
go.
Yeah.
See if she can make this possession count here.
Capitalize here. Let's tie it up. Yeah, that's what we want to see.
Ah, she rushed it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Attack. That has been Anthony's forte so far. I mean,
It's ruthless, as the replay suggests.
exactly.
It's
He is
consistent. Yeah, it's
ruthlessly.
just he's just kind of like almost like a minigun, just constant barrage of shots just coming at her. And you're right, doesn't give her time to reset her defense.
Maybe that can be his. Nice great from Jessika.
Yeah.
Maybe that can be his. Oh, he finished it. 7-5, Anthony. That could be his nickname.
The minigun.
The Gatling gun or something. Gatling.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 4-0.
Yeah.
He wins the first set handedly. Yeah, I mean, I really liked what I saw from Jessika. I'm kind of like surprised at the result, to be quite honest. I think the difference is she's just not set defensively, and she's rushing and just making a lot of errors.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly what I saw. But when she took her time, set up her shot, she had like 80% success rate. I mean, it's if she can stick to that, she's gonna do some damage in the future, or hopefully in the next set. If we can talk to her, give her some tips.
Huge difference there. And we
Yeah.
got to, it's like Anthony.
Anthony. Yeah.
Anthony, how you doing, sir? I don't think. Okay, yeah, I don't think we can hear him just yet. But
Hello.
Oh, you there?
Yep.
Okay, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
We're
Hey.
good, sir. Good job that first set. Pretty dominating performance thus far. We were expecting a close match from what we were hearing, and you won that pretty handedly at 4-0. I mean, what's going on? What did you ate your Wheaties this morning or what?
She doesn't play much either. I play three times a week, and she doesn't play much. But she's still really good. It's fun to play her. But no, I've been practicing a lot. I think that's what's helping a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, from what we've seen, I mean, she's made a lot of unforced errors. That a lot of self scores, whatnot, and you're just kind of taking advantage of her not being set defensively. But when she takes her time and sets it up, she's getting through your defense.
Yeah.
And she's hitting some beautiful shots. She's just got to find that kind of happy place where, she's not, causing herself havoc at the same time making good shots and letting that cannon of an arm do its job. You know, but for you, I mean, I think obviously you need to continue attacking the way you are. You know, kind of like a barrage of shots. For
development. I said you were like a Gatling gun. You're like a minigun out there, man. You were just like, you're just like putting holes everywhere. You just were relentless. You just wouldn't stop. You wouldn't let up. You got a fast offense. Great shot selections. Real high pace, high tempo, very accurate. You made some mistakes, but you know, you're human and we're all prone to mistakes. But yeah, man, that was a good showcasing of some high octane offense. You definitely flammable offense.
Thank you. No, I play Nate and Matt a lot, and so they all play really fast. So I kind of like picked up playing faster. So
yeah, you have to, because if you want to compete with them, you're like, well, I have to play fast too, or they're just gonna keep running all over me.
Same with George Anderson. So
George is all transition. Yeah, George just wants to just puck, throw it, hit it. Yeah, he just
Yeah, you wanna watch George go crazy. Just put the puck right there in the middle and just let it sit there for like full 6 seconds and then hit it. You know, that'll drive George crazy. Like, this is not even fun. All right, now we're being joined here by Mrs. Bus. Jessika, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again. Listen, you know, I think Vince and I picked up really quick on some things. First off, when you set it up, you've got a wicked offense, and you're playing beautifully when you take your time. I mean, I've seen some beautiful cross straights, good power straights, cut straights, some banks, all when you're kind of going left of center, taking your time, making those shots. You know, but I think your biggest challenge is kind of getting set defensively, right? So, and Anthony's taking advantage of that big time. I mean, before you're even, you just made a shot, and I think you're like focused on what the puck is doing over there, and he'll get a piece of it, and then he'll slam it in your goal real quick before you get set. So I think you got to get set defensively like right away and real quick.
Yeah, that's a pretty common nitpick that Nathan has for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something that it's important because, if you have an offense like you do, it can be extremely effective, and not just on, it can be effective on anybody. Because what we're seeing, like the releases, they're actually extremely well done.
You were giving me anxiety.
Yeah.
I was feeling anxiety watching you.
Yeah.
Your offense was giving me I was like, oh, is she gonna hit it now?
Good. I'm like, if even if I lose this, like I'm gonna make his hand hurt.
It's fine right now.
Oh, dang it!
It's like right there on my straights. I kind of throw my finger in there.
So I need to hit harder.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
The cannon has been challenged to hit it hard. Oh Lord. Anthony,
okay, put a little more gunpowder in there.
Anthony, as for someone that has lost a tooth playing air hockey, I would suggest you just let the cannon be. Don't poke the cannon.
A story to be told right there.
Oh, there is. It's this one right here.
Oh wow.
It's a fake one. But listen, take your time, Jessika. Set it up. Get set defensively, and when something, if it kind of gets away from you, don't necessarily, let the drift dictate that shot. I know we talked about that, the last time during the league, when I watched your match. Take your time, set it up. If you need to stop it and bring it back, 7 seconds. That's like an eternity. Really think about it. So don't feel rushed. Take that time and put that pressure on Anthony. Make him play some defense. And don't overthink. I just scored on myself, or don't get frustrated with that. It's going to happen. Everybody does it. But listen, just take your time, and eventually all that stuff will start reducing. It'll start minimizing. But I'm loving the releases. I really am. I said, we're not even joking about that. I mean, you could see the reaction. You know, when you go back and watch this video, you'll see both of our reactions. We're loving what you're doing.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
absolutely. Like, okay, so if I had to give you an analogy here, like the feeling I was getting, I explained to you, it was like high anxiety watching you just wind up your arm, and that puck is getting ever so close to that guillotine that's going to come swinging through there. Think of like a tennis player. When a tennis player is going to serve the ball, they catch the ball, which is the puck. You know, they give it a bounce or two. They put it where they want it, and they throw it up in the air, and they deliver that serve. And that's how I feel like what I was watching when you were setting up and taking your time. It looked like a tennis. You look like Serena Williams hitting that when she has that championship ace. When you take your time and you set that up to your left of center, and you give that big windup, it looks like a tennis player that just flung up and is just honing in on that tennis ball, and then whack, and there's that ace. And I think if you can continue to replicate that and do it consistently enough, yeah, it's. I mean, I was like, I need to go take some anxiety meds watching Jessika play. My heart's going, waiting for that release. Like, where's it gonna go? And then after you hit a few of those unders, you couldn't even see them. We could just hear them. Just like, they're so fast, and that is high anxiety level offense for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, just know that I am channeling Vince Sauceda pretty hardcore tonight. I'm like, and then you drifted up to the edge, and then yeah. So just know that I appreciate the fact that you are watching this game, because you know, you taught me a little bit of that. So yeah, just know that I put that information to use. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, that is the most sincere form of flattery. I appreciate that.
It also means you're getting old, Vince, like me.
Yeah.
It's official. Sorry.
That's awesome. Well, hey guys, look, you know, Jessika, we want you to go out there and kick Anthony's butt this set. No offense, Anthony, but you know, we already watched 1-2 set match. We want to watch a 3-set match, and we want to see a match point either way in the last set. So not that you want to, you know, we want you to go play horrible, Anthony. We want you to play amazing, but we want Jessika to rise above and take you out. So
you hear that? They're voting for me. You need to lose, Anthony.
We're voting for air hockey.
That's right. That's right. So you know, y'all.
It's very true. But thank you very much, and thank you for your notes. And I'm gonna try to keep in mind. I have the memory of a goldfish, though, so don't be mad at me.
Cause anxiety. Be the anxiety for them.
Be the anxiety.
Be the anxiety.
Yes.
I'm just gonna be the motivation to beat Jessika. So.
Oh. No, stop it. That's not.
Not now.
No.
All right, guys. Well, good luck. Y'all go play some good, amazing air hockey right now. Y'all make this happen, okay?
All right. Yep. Will do. Thank you.
It makes this very interesting.
Right. See that? That truly is awesome to hear that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
And that right there is what it's all about, making a difference.
It warms my heart. Warms my cold, dark heart.
Yeah, it ain't cold. But and this is why the sport, I think, has such a good future, is guys like yourself that, you know, are helping others to get better, and it makes a difference.
Hey man, you know, I'm only following your lead, sir.
Hey, I'm not the originator, man. You know, Jesse Dowdy, Tim Weissman, all these guys, man.
Exactly.
I learned from all those guys. Wool Up Church, Billy Stubbs. I mean, you know, Davis Lee. Ehab Shukri. I'd be remiss not to say him, who's playing in the Showdown. Will.
Yeah.
Old guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. exciting to see how the Egyptian magician does.
Yeah. Back in the day, he had a defense. Let me tell you. So,
Yeah, I've
I
seen the
don't know how
videos.
it's going to be these days, but back in the day, he was tough to score on.
All right, here's a face-off. Set number 2.
Yep.
Goes to Jessika. Oh, she had it.
Yeah, got to maintain possession to actually win that face-off. See if she can. Oh my goodness, another kind of.
It's a good defense. Yeah. Just an unfortunate bounce there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Anxiety.
That is nerve-wracking. Yeah, nice and slow. Big old wind-up.
Yeah, she's got to hold on to it though. Get it.
Right. Yeah.
She's hitting with such power and ferocity. That it's hard to hold on to that and control that. But you got to do it.
Oh, I like the setup. Yeah, a little change up on that drift there, but still ended in the same spot, relatively, a little bit left of center there.
Hey, she was set that time. Anthony kind of tried a little quick shot, and she was there.
Good 2 shots there for her. Get a little possession time. Yeah, just take your time. There you go.
Hey, a little credit. Anthony,
power.
Defense right there. He was there for that.
He was, yeah. Yeah, Anthony's not going out.
No.
Not like that.
Which we want that. We want him to play strong. There's no question.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of a rushed shot there from Anthony.
Yeah.
Gave up possession. That's where she doesn't need to rush, but she takes possession back.
Right, yeah.
It's there. She's just missing it. Cross straight.
It's a great cross, yeah.
And that cross that Anthony hit, he hit it a little earlier than probably normal. So, and
it's tricky.
It's tricky, and you do that when a defensive, your opponent, when they're playing defense, and they kind of have seen that cross from you previously, hit from further over, like the left quadrant for a righty's perspective.
Right.
And you hit it a little earlier because they kind of anticipate it and they move too soon.
Right.
There it is. Cross.
Beautiful cross. Beautiful cross. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Because they're giving them an extended drift with a certain shot. You're extending the drift, crossing them, and then if you don't extend the drift, you can cross them early.
Yep.
And they're expecting you to extend that drift. Yeah, it's just an early release cross, and it's a good weapon to have up the sleeve like that.
Oh, absolutely. And I know because you've done it to me.
Because I've had to. Yeah, if you don't have those shots in your arsenal, you come across the top tier defense, you're gonna learn real quick. You're gonna need more than just a cut across and some unders.
Oh no doubts.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony's got a big lead again. I'd say his defense stepped up a little bit this second set, a little more so. But he can kind of maintain this dominance right here with Jessika. But still liking what Jessica's doing. I mean, like.
She's taking her time. She's playing more deliberately, and I like it.
And it continues just to.
Oh no!
Forced error.
Yeah.
She continues to do this, and I know and it doesn't look great, but she continues to do that. Her muscle memory is going to develop. And she will be a force to reckon with. She's just got to continue to do it. And there, she just wasn't ready for that. I mean, she was set. I just don't think she was thinking left wall.
Right.
Just, thinking he's going to hit a straight or maybe a right bank, and he went with the bank. Hats off to Anthony there for making that happen. That was a good.
He showed us that in the first set. Just quick, accurate. A little Gatling gun there. He's just gonna fire him off and just see what goes. See what sticks to the wall. He's just gonna da 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 da.
All right. So it's been 5 games. 5 games in a row so far. So has got to turn this around here. It's definitely on Anthony's side.
Yeah, she does it by taking her time on offense and limiting definitely scoring on herself. She can't have that.
Yeah.
And then maintaining possession when she releases that nuclear cannon that she's got, that she just shooting those crazy hard shots. Yeah, I get it. Losing possession on that kind of power is pretty common.
Yeah,
You got some crazy power, yeah.
Good release there on the off goal. If you go back and see that first off goal she hit, you know, you see how out of position Anthony's defense was.
Mm-hmm.
She's just got to be able to take advantage of that. Oh, wow.
Was that a goaltend?
That might have been a goaltend there.
Yeah.
They called the goaltend on Jessika.
Oh, double bank. Anthony's getting creative with it.
Yeah. Still nice release from Jessika. Just, oh no.
Fast.
Yeah. I don't think she's seeing it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, she was frozen out there. Lulled to sleep by that sweet drift of Anthony's. Yeah, he's kind of fluid with it. He's moving pretty well.
Yeah, no doubt. It looks like he switched to a high top. He was what it looked.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is a high top.
You look too on his grip when he's playing defense there. It looks like he's got his finger up high, middle finger, top of the mallet to help kind of cushion shots, which, you know, you would counter that with the fact that Jessika does hit with a lot of power. So he wants to consume as much of that impact defensively as he can. Try to that puck, catch it.
Oh yeah, that is he's got his middle finger up there. That is an odd way. I've never tried that. Never even thought to try it like that on defense.
Yeah, Colin does different variations, you know, holding the mallet, not just on defense, but on offense as well.
Right, yeah.
Defense, it seems like he's barely even holding it, you know, at times.
Yeah. He does a thing where he'll do this with the mallet, where he just taps his fingers. He's lost the mallet there. He barely has his fingertips in there on defense. It's interesting.
Nice shot there. He had the angle on that shot, so far left over in the left quadrant there. Just had a straight line. Yep.
It's a wonderful cut because it forces the opponent, the defense, to move extremely over to an uncomfortable spot. If you can hit that shot accurately, it really messes with the defense.
Absolutely. As Jessika just loses her mallet again, you can see she's getting a little frustrated. You know, it's one thing when an opponent, you know, is beating you. It's another thing when you're hoping that opponent beats you. You know,
right?
You know, a lot and get a little frustrating. You know, but this counterpart here is said tonight. I mean, you know, you've got to. The table will help bring out that character, so you got to rise above. And,
right.
You know, let that mirror shine and show what kind of character you really are.
That's right.
So, different perspective to, you know, understand that that's all this is. This is adversity, and this is your moment to rise above. We got to talk about rising because yesterday was Easter, you know.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh goodness, another.
She was dead. She was dead set on that cross.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Jessika.
Yeah, and she was so close to hitting it. Maybe 3 or 4 of those attempts too.
Yep.
She's right there.
Feel like the release, just gotta connect. There you go. Good release. Good delay. Right wall bank.
And that worked because she's given him like 6 or 7 straights in a row.
Yep.
So he's kind of coming out a little bit.
And if you go back and look at the tape on that too, Anthony's kind of playing this defense where his elbow is really bent and he's far back.
Yeah,
he's got his elbow in a very odd position. I wouldn't suggest that he's right there. So,
yeah. He kind of has it. Yeah, almost like he's shooting a weak wall under a left wall.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think something like that is a recipe for disaster. There you go. Great reaction there by Jessika to get in that transition right wall bank. You know, maybe that's what it's going to take, you know, for her to just kind of get a good feel for it and, you know, open up her offense a little more. Yeah.
Yeah, that was too close to her. She's only not comfortable from that close to the goal.
Game point 3 now for Anthony.
Well, you know, she really hasn't rushed this game. She's taken her time. And, oh, wow.
Nice left wall.
Yeah, that was a really good left wall. I don't know. I've seen stranger comebacks. Let's see. No, no.
Yeah, a lot of that where it's flubbing in, you know, has a upward spin. And both of these players are hitting with a lot of power, so you're going to get a lot more, you know, different kind of movements from the puck when it bounces off of a rail or something along those lines.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of to be expected. I mean, I can't tell you like how many, you know, really just matches I've played, and you know, you're in a quality opponent and they're hitting the puck with an extreme amount of spin, and you know, the way it bounces off the rail, if you're focused and realizing how that thing kind of bounce off the rail, then you could easily get scored on, you know, just from trying to drift it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's why I've made it a habit to always have a non-spinning puck when I go into my set. I'll bang it against the weak wall a few times, just like stop spinning,
Yep.
because that just adds an extra variable and it could affect my accuracy. And I want to deliver the most consistent shot possible, and you do that with a non-spinning puck. From my experience, I've tried to shoot it off of spinning pucks, whatever shot, and I'm like, well, you know, I can't replicate that consistently enough, so I'm just not. Why even bother trying it? You know?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very important to understand that. To, you know, the offense. Well, really, air hockey in general. So I mean, it could be offense and defense. I mean, a lot of it's about consistency. You know, having a strong foundation, then to consistently implement, you know, your program, whether it's again setting up shots or defending shot.
Right.
But that consistency is a huge deal.
That's the name of the game right there, man. Consistency.
All right, so Anthony is 2 games away from a clean sweep if he can continue this pace.
Yeah. He'll take number 120 in the world.
Number 120 in the world.
He'll be world ranked. Yeah.
Maintain his number 12 stat. Idaho, and he scores on the face-off. All right, uphill battle here for Jessika.
Yeah, that is her wind-up, and that release is just.
She generates a lot of power. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, if she can continue to maintain possession after those shots and just keep hitting them, I mean, that's really tough to stop. But she keeps having these unforced errors that just slowing her down. Yeah, it's fast under.
Yeah, it's kind of 2 unders in a row. Both of them, you know, really should have scored. The first one should have scored as well. Kind of just went by Jessica's defense. and just ended up kind of rimming out, bouncing out. But now it's 3-0 Anthony's favor. It's surprisingly, like I said, I'm closer so far, and that was a blistering.
Yeah. He's really good about his early release unders, and that's what keeps catching Jessika off guard.
He went to his low top.
Yeah, it's back to low top. Yeah. Well, Jessika gets one in, and put a tourniquet on it, slow the bleeding down a little bit. Hopefully, she can come back from this. See if she can respond. Because Anthony's early release under, he just tried to do one there too. Yeah, he's just constantly in firing mode. It's like, what setup? I don't need to set anything up. I'm gonna just.
Right. So I mean, this can kind of work against him to some degree. If he experiences success like this, he can probably again develop some bad habits.
Right.
Because the better players aren't going to allow you to kind of, free will on offense. And, and the only reason it's working with Jessika is she's having issues getting set back up for whatever reason,
Right.
Otherwise, I mean, she'd be blocking everything just doing right there. I mean, he's struggling getting straights for the most part.
Right.
But again, it's just the bank is really struggling. So 7-2. It's 3-0 in the second set.
I think all 7 were banks there from Anthony. I don't think he scored one straight shot.
Yeah, and it didn't take.
I mean, if that's what your opponent's giving you, you keep doing it.
That's
Can't
true.
really fault Anthony for that. But, for him, I did it. Development. I think he's got to try to figure out how to do or work on that straight setup game. Where he actually does open up. Jeff, who is very firm on, hey, I'm going to block the straights. How do you open her up to score those shots? So that's kind of the next thing for him to do.
He's definitely got some deadly fast banks, and he likes to do them early, very quick, kind of almost pot shotty.
Yes.
Just without a setup, let me just deliver this shot and see what happens kind of offense. Which works, to a certain degree.
It does. And, pot shots are definitely an important part of hockey, I think. And to me, I know I had a lot of success with like pot shots and, certain players that I think weren't quite as quick to get set defensively and take advantage of that. But you can't live by that.
Right.
You can only get away with that so many times. But again, when you're playing top level opponents, that maybe 1 or 2 is all you need.
Right, that's true.
Could be the difference.
What is this? Yeah, possible match game here.
Yeah, match game.
See if Jessika can put it all together here. For that, Anthony's going to continue his barrage here.
Oh my goodness, her self-score.
Yeah, it's so fast. She just has so much power. And that's the shot there. She just shot the same shot that scored on her twice, and she stopped it.
Yep.
There she goes again. Yeah, she just has to consistently stop it. And she got opportunity after opportunity there, and it turned into a point for her.
And my advice to Jess will be for her to continue to just practice that. Practice that shot, maybe with a goal blocker, and actually, learn how to just be ready for it. And that was a nice right wall bank by Jessika.
Fast.
Yep. See here. Nice.
Yeah. She's going for that bank now. She seems to. Okay, yeah. She changed it up. Yeah, when she wants a shot, she tends to continue to go for it. Like that one game where she just kept shooting a cross after cross after cross, and she finally got one.
Yep. Hey, I mean, stubbornness is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, yeah, you're right.
I think there was a match you were playing Anthony Marino at the Houston City that I heard that you were consistently trying to make a shot or two on the straights, and Anthony ended up beating you, right?
My left wall over. Yeah, I really wanted to score my left wall over.
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't give it to me. And I said, no, I don't believe that. I'm gonna get that left wall over.
Yeah, but that to me that's part of what makes you great, right? Is you don't give up on shots. I mean, like for me, like the hardest shot to hit on E.F. Shukri back in the day was a cross straight. Like I could not get a cross straight to save my life against that guy.
Yeah.
And most people couldn't in the sport.
Right.
He was just that good at blocking those. And I might get one in an entire set or maybe even in a challenger match. But if I got that one, I knew I was going to win.
Yeah, right.
Because it would help open everything else up just enough to win.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of winning, Anthony's now got the lead 2-2. That one she kind of
rushed it. Yeah, it was a rebound. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Nice little shot there by Anthony.
It's looking like Doug Howard there with that low top. Quick from far back left. Oh, that's a good cut.
5-2.
No.
0.2 into the self-score after self-score by Jessika. All right, let's see here. There you go. Catch that puck, start over. Stop it, start over.
Yep, just like a tennis player. Serve it up.
Oh, got away. Yeah, when she hits that puck and especially like if Anthony just gets a little piece of it, charging it too, it's coming back so fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to keep up with it. Jessika literally almost has to think, hey, this is going to happen every time. And that way she's just ready when it. All right. Match point 2, and Jessika with a beautiful cross straight.
That was
Stays
great.
alive. Match point to 3.
It was clean. Quick under. There comes a quick under.
Yep, left ball under for the match. And Anthony with 8-0 win over Jessika to take number 120 in the world to maintain his number 12 ranking in Idaho. Well fought match. Hats off to Jessika. I think she fought hard. I just think that those errors just got the better of her.
Yeah.
Just couldn't overcome them.
Yeah. Those errors add up. They add up quick.
Yeah. All right. Anthony, you guys, can y'all hear us yet?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All
There's
right,
just
good deal.
cords everywhere.
So it wasn't quite the match that we were hoping. Great job there, Anthony. You killed our hopes for the 3-setter match point either way. But good job.
Yeah,
That's
he
all
really,
for
really
you,
killed
and,
it.
My fingers hurt now.
You did good. You played strong. You stayed on top of Jessika. And you did what you needed to do. So, hats off to you. I'd say that, for you and your development, one of the things that Jessika did really well, for the most part, she blocked a lot of your straight extremely well.
Yeah.
So for you, like a challenge, for you would be to learn how to open those straight shots up, even against an opponent who's doing such a good job of blocking. Even though they may be giving you as many banks as she was giving you, it is to still figure out how to maintain a good attack with the straight shot.
Oh yeah.
And then Jessika, gosh, we loved what we saw. It's just you just got to put it together, and I think keep practicing, keep working on that attack, that drift, left of center. When you get the puck back, stop it completely. Don't even let it spin. Vince talked about it earlier. It was just he and I talking, and one of the things that we both did, and he does it all the time as well, is we would actually hit the left rail a few times, the right rail, whichever one you want, but have it where there's like no spin on the puck and you're starting it off from zero, like zero motion, and then you drift it into exactly what you want. It gives you the exact same drift, and it just helps with your consistency on like how you're going to make that shot, from every single possession. So that might kind of do. And the other thing, like I said, is just getting set defensively. Right? Think about balance. Right? So after you make that shot with all that power, use those legs and get yourself back in that position where you're ready to defend. Like almost anticipate, thinking your opponent is going to charge that puck, and you got to be ready immediately to hit that shot. Make sense?
Yeah, no, completely makes sense.
Yeah, so it'll help you be ready for that, and you'll see a world of difference. But definitely love watching you play. The unforced errors. I mean, I know you were frustrated. We were frustrated watching it because we don't want that, and I know Anthony doesn't want it either. He wants a good clean, of course. But anyways, I'm going to hush up and let our number 2 player in the world here have a good say after he just finally got a little snack in.
Yeah, I'm sitting here eating my little RX bar. No, yeah, you basically touched on everything, Danny. Like, yeah. I mean, with Anthony, like your offense, it stayed on fire. You're just hitting a lot of pot shots, a lot of quick early release unders, which will be successful for you up to a certain level. Mm-hmm. Once you get to a certain level of player, and I'm sure there's some players in Idaho that you can't beat, and it's because your offense, because you're trying to do all these.
Earlier is one of them,
Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's because he just doesn't allow that quick octane offense, and you're gonna have to adapt and evolve that offense. To the way you play now, there's nothing wrong with it. Keep hold on to that, because that's kind of how you're developing. But you're just gonna have to develop more drifts, more shots, different releases, and all this from different parts of the table, and that's what's gonna get you past these other challenging players that have hit a brick wall. Because I know every community has those brick wall players, like Nathan's the big bully in Idaho, and nobody dare touch Nathan, because fee fi fo fum, he'll just knock your whole house down, and he'll send you running with your tail between your legs. And it's because Nathan has put in that work, and he tries to understand all those different possible angles and shots, and he puts in the effort of practicing all those different setups and stuff. But yeah, great offense, and you're gonna have to develop more. I like it so far, so good. But yeah, to get to that next level, you're gonna need to put in more work in that offensive end. But yeah, it's gonna get you only so far where you're at right now with that offense. So try to expand, with time delays and your releases and your release points and all that stuff. But primarily try to master that you're a righty, so left of center, where Jessika was going. Jessika, you're already veering towards that. Like 80 or 90% of your shots were in your sweet spot, which is, I love to see it when the players do that, because that shows a basic understanding, like, this is where I'm most effective and efficient, so I'm going to continue attacking from here because this is what works for me. And that left of center spot is where it's at. And those errors, those mistakes for you, Jessika, there's like, my heart was breaking every time. I was like, no, when the self scores, or when you would hit it too hard and would score on yourself. I'm like, it's just you're so powerful. And you have to be able to Honestly, that's why I stand the way I stand on when I'm on offense, because the balance. Danny mentioned it, like your balance is important, because sometimes you hit that puck and the speed that it like your power is incredible. I mean, I don't know if there's some guys that can't hit it as hard as you're hitting it. Like, that's crazy how much power you're able to generate.
Yeah, my finger hurt now. So
They need to take up violin. Oh, that's my bow arm. You know?
Oh, there you go. That makes sense. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does. Yeah, my secret was when I was a kid. So, I grew up working in a bakery because my dad owned a bakery. So you would knead bread all the time. So I got weird muscles that are on the side of my forearms that people don't normally have. And it's like if I just do this kind of motion, I just got this big lump that comes up part of my forearm. And, that's how I was able to generate a lot of power and stuff. And it's because I'm sitting here cleaning out rum cups and stuff like this. Was a scratch bakery. It was not. This was one that opened in 1941 in Houston, and was open for like 52 years and whatnot. But I grew up as a little kid. There was no such thing as child labor laws when you're part of the family, by the way. But scraping the floor from flour, on the ground, anyways. But you develop these muscles from doing exactly that kind of stuff. So I could see it, by heck yeah. All right. Any questions, guys? Y'all got Vince on here. Like I said, I really enjoyed, commentating with Vince, and he gave a lot of amazing insight, and obviously it's extremely relevant because he is one of the top players, really of all time, and also I have no problem saying that, and he's certainly one of the top players of today's era as well. And
thank you, Danny. Thank you.
He's got a wealth of knowledge, and he's a great guy. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, go away. So one of the questions here, Matt Bentley wants to know if you're going to be back next week, Vince.
Will I be back next week? I don't know. We'll see. Well, Monday, same time, I guess. Yeah, we'll see.
I think that's just because Matt wants you to comment on our game, because I think me and Matt have a game next week or something.
Also,
okay.
What can I do to open up my straights more? Like, what should I work on to open those?
That's a good question, yeah.
So if the question is great. Vince actually touched on it when he was talking to you about your releases. So where you're hitting them from, the way you're hitting, the way you're striking, those shots. So you'll find that to open up a straight shot, like the way you hit it, whether it's a cut type release or it's like a straight type release, like the arm is actually coming towards you and the puck, or it's slicing the puck, right? So you have those kind of motions, but at the same time, you have the speed, the delay, right? So positioning of the puck is huge and it's very important, but learning how to vary those things as well, now all of a sudden you have an exponential shot that you can actually hit, because all these little things you can change up and create an array of an. So your attack is so much more varied and so much more deadly and dangerous, all because you now understand, strike points of where you hit the puck based on what kind of release you're using. And then you throw in the speeds and does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But yeah, that's what Vince was talking about earlier. He was kind of mentioning to you about, those are the things you need to develop, to really push your game, to greater heights, because you're struggling still against a lot of players where you can't necessarily do those kind of attacks. But in order to do that, you kind of have to take a step back, right? And kind of do more of a setup, more like what Jessika's doing. You know, Jessica's doing it, but she's doing it with so much power. She's struggling with her own power, and that's part of it, right? So, I mean, it's and trust me, that's a beautiful problem to have.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So
you're too powerful.
You're too powerful. So yeah, definitely. You know, I would, you know, for Jessika, you keep hitting like that, and you keep hitting with power, and you just practice more and build up that muscle memory. That way, you're back and you're ready for it. You know, and you get your mind to the point that, you know, it's second nature, where you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, Jessika, if you can continue that power and continue to maintain possession, I mean, you're sitting there, you can fire off 20, 30 possessions and just drain people, because playing defense is exhausting. You know, and if you're sitting there hammering these super fast, powerful shots, they have to respect it, because they're not going to try to chase them or trap them, and they're just gonna be like, well, I'm going to wait for her to shoot an inaccurate shot, and then I can take an attempt at the puck. But if you can keep maintaining possession off of that power, yeah, that's really tough to stop. And for Anthony, I'll tell you a story that I had a problem scoring a left wall under against a certain individual during a challenge match. And I said, you know, my left wall under is I kind of need it, and I can't score it against this player. So what? My primary left wall under isn't working. What can I do to still use it, but I have to change it in a way that it becomes effective against this particular player? And all I did was, instead of, I'm going to show you with my hand, instead of doing just a nice smooth motion, here's the drift to a release, he was stopping it. All I did was drift and then hold it for just like a quarter of a second and then release. And the match was over after that, because the under just kept scoring after I just added that little hold and then release instead of a fluid motion. All the difference in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, and some players read it like that. Like, this player was reading my release, and he knew that this nice fluid motion in this spot of the table, I was going under, left wall under, and I just said, you know what, I don't accept not being able to score this shot. I know I can score it. I know it's fast. I know it's accurate. Let me just add a hair delay on it, just the smallest little delay, and it would freeze him. And just like normal, I said, okay, there's my baby. There's my baby.
And again, this is the highest levels of air hockey, right? It is what Vince is talking about. It is, you know, reading a defense. What is the defense? How are they reading you, right? So you're learning what they're doing to block you, what they're doing to slow you down, and then you use it against.
And we're getting kind of on a deeper level here, Danny. I kind of want to hit on this too, because it's actually called perspective changing. And what I do, and this is just for everybody in general in Idaho or NC, anybody who's listening, this doesn't apply to YouTube. This is like just a great lesson in general, because I used to do it in laser tag. I was a competitive laser tag player, and it translates to air hockey and all sports.
World champion, by the way.
Yeah, world champion laser tag player. Yeah. So when I was competing in laser tag and now in air hockey, I see it like I view myself from the opponent's eyes, and I see what am I showing them? What do I want them to believe I'm going to do? And then I'm going to attack them opposite based on what I'm showing them. So, example, I used to give a shoulder in laser tag, and I would turn my head away knowing that their clear shot, their highest chance of success was here. And then I would just take it away. As soon as I knew they were going to go up for it and shoot it, I would take it away. So in air hockey, it's the same thing, because if you're moving a certain way, you have to see yourself through your opponent's eyes. And what am I doing what am I trying to sell and deceive them with? And is it working or is it not? And if it's not working, well, I have to do something different. I have to approach it different. I have to move my body a certain way, or my arm, or something. There's little baby nuances in your movement that people will pick up subconsciously, and you see that when you can perspective change into somebody else and see yourself through their eyes. I know that's It's kind of strange, but it's a thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, it's this top level stuff. That's all that is. So, I think these guys get it. They're going to be fine. Yeah. So again, thanks everybody for watching. This was a pleasure again, Nathan and the Idaho community for having us. And, see you guys next time. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, and thank you.
Thank you all for watching.
Bye.
Yes.
See y'all.
Bye.